Hello everyone, and welcome to History of the Ancient World. Have you ever wondered why the world's first great civilizations all seem to appear in the same kinds of places? It wasn't an accident. The secret, the lifeblood of these ancient societies, was flowing right through them. I'm talking about rivers. Today, we're going on a journey back in time to explore how mighty rivers like the Nile, the Tigris and Euphrates, the Indus and the Yellow River became the cradles of human civilization. So grab your explorer's hat, because we're about to uncover the story of how water shaped our world. Why rivers? Imagine a world without supermarkets or faucets. Survival depended on three things: water to drink, fertile land to grow food, and a way to get around. Rivers provided all three. Before the dawn of civilization, humans were mostly nomadic hunter-gatherers, following herds and seasons. But rivers offered a game-changing proposition: a permanent home. The annual flooding of these rivers, while sometimes destructive, was a gift. Each year they would deposit a rich layer of silt, a natural fertilizer, onto the surrounding plains. This created incredibly fertile land, perfect for agriculture. For the first time, people could reliably grow more food than they needed to survive. This surplus was the spark that ignited everything. Let's start our journey in ancient Egypt, the gift of the Nile, as the Greek historian Herodotus famously called it. The Nile is the longest river in the world, and for the ancient Egyptians, it was the center of their universe. Its predictable annual flood cycle was the rhythm of their lives. They developed a sophisticated calendar based on it, dividing their year into 3 seasons: Akhet, the inundation; Pere, the growing season; and Shemu, the harvest. This predictability allowed them to plan their farming with incredible precision. They built ingenious irrigation systems with canals and basins to control the floodwaters and direct them to their fields, allowing them to cultivate crops like wheat and barley even far from the riverbanks. The Nile was also their national highway. Boats sailed up and down the river, carrying everything from grain and cattle to massive stones for building pyramids and temples. This ease of transport and communication helped unify Upper and Lower Egypt into one of the most stable and long-lasting civilizations in history. Without the Nile, there would be no pyramids, no pharaohs, no ancient Egypt as we know it. Now let's travel east to a region the Greeks called Mesopotamia, meaning the land between the rivers. Here, the Tigris and Euphrates rivers carved a fertile crescent out of the surrounding desert. Unlike the predictable Nile, the floods of the Tigris and Euphrates were violent and unpredictable. This challenge forced the people of Mesopotamia, like the Sumerians, Akkadians, and Babylonians, to become master engineers. They built extensive networks of dikes to hold back the floods and canals to irrigate their fields. This constant need for cooperation and large-scale water management is believed to be a major reason why the world's first cities, like Uruk and Ur, emerged here. Managing these complex systems required leadership, laws, and organization. This led to the development of government and bureaucracy. It was also here, in Sumer, that one of humanity's greatest inventions was born: writing. They developed cuneiform script, initially to keep track of grain, livestock, and trade goods, all of which were made possible by the agricultural surplus from the rivers. The challenges of the Tigris and Euphrates forged a dynamic, innovative, and often turbulent civilization. Our next stop is the Indian subcontinent and the mysterious Indus Valley Civilization. Flourishing around the same time as Egypt and Mesopotamia, this civilization was built along the Indus River and its tributaries. What's incredible about cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa is their stunning level of urban planning. They had grid-like street layouts, multi-story brick houses, and most impressively, some of the world's first and most sophisticated sanitation systems. Almost every home had a private bathroom and a connection to a covered citywide drainage network. This level of public health engineering was unheard of for its time and points to a highly organized society that deeply understood the importance of managing water, not just for farming, but for clean, healthy urban living. The Indus River provided the agricultural foundation, allowing for the cultivation of cotton and grains, and it also served as a major artery for trade, connecting the civilization with distant lands, including Mesopotamia. While we still can't decipher their script, The ruins of their cities speak volumes about the central role the river played in their advanced way of life. Finally, we journey to China, where civilization rose along the banks of the Huanghe, or the Yellow River. It gets its name from the huge amounts of yellowish silt, called loess, that it carries from the highlands. This loess makes the surrounding plains incredibly fertile, but it also makes the river prone to catastrophic floods. The silt raises the riverbed over time, so the river can easily break its banks. Because of its destructive power, the Yellow River is also known as China's sorrow. Taming this river was a central theme in early Chinese history and mythology. Legends tell of a great hero, Yu the Great, who organized the people to dredge channels and control the floods, a monumental task that led to the founding of China's first dynasty, the Xia. This constant struggle against and cooperation with the river shaped Chinese society, fostering a strong sense of collective effort and a powerful, centralized authority needed to manage large-scale water projects. The river not only nourished the people with millet and wheat, but also forged the very foundations of Chinese political culture. So, from the predictable bounty of the Nile to the violent challenges of the Tigris and Euphrates, from the urban planning of the Indus Valley to the epic struggle to tame the Yellow River, we see a clear pattern. These rivers weren't just geographical features. They were active participants in the story of humanity. They were teachers, taskmasters, and providers. They presented problems that sparked innovation in engineering, mathematics, and astronomy. They created surpluses that allowed for social specialization for priests, soldiers, artisans, and kings. They acted as highways that fostered trade and cultural exchange, and they necessitated the creation of laws and governments to manage them. The story of our earliest civilizations is, in essence, a story of humanity's relationship with water. It's a powerful reminder that our connection to the natural world has always been the foundation of our progress. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey down the rivers of time. I hope it gave you a new appreciation for how these ancient waterways shaped the world we live in today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to History of the Ancient World and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the past. See you next time.